So I'm gonna cut hair off of this wig. So as you can see, I'm just gonna trim some of the hair off. As I said, the only thing that I need is scissors, glue, trimmers, hair, and my clippers. This is a wig that you can just go to the beauty supply store and purchase. As you can see, the tag is still look like it was a bun. So one of the buns that the ladies put on the back of their head. I'm going to continue to cut this off. Let me bring this down a little bit more so you can see what I'm doing. So after I cut all the hair from the wig, I think that I have enough. Don't need a whole lot. I'm gonna put the wig back in the package. And I don't need this anymore. But the thing you have to remember is that when you're doing these kind of units, you should save all your hair because you may use the hair for fillers, you may use it for touch-ups. So just keep all your hair, don't throw it away. So now what I'm going to do is I'm gonna prep the top of my head. And by prepping, as you can see, I am bald on the top. So in order for me to make this effective, I need to shave the top part because this needs to be really clean in order for the glue to stick. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. And as you can see, I do have some hair, but it's thin. And that's one of the reasons why I do the man unit. I wear, sometimes I wear it, sometimes I don't. It just depends on how I feel. So I'm shaving this. I'm not gonna shave too much because I'm gonna use some of my natural hair to blend it in with the hair from the unit. But I wanna shave it just enough so that when I do put the unit on, that I have the natural hair coming out of the sides. You see the difference there? And now I'm going to do the back. So I have to use a mirror for this. So with the back, I just want to just trim it just down a little bit. Trying to keep some of the natural hair back there. Because you don't want to go down too far, because if you go down too far, you have to glue it way down there. And I don't want to have it too far down. I want to use some of my natural hair. Okay, so that part is done. I'm gonna clean the top off a little bit to get the excess hair off. And then I'm going to start to glue. So now I'm going to start to glue in the new hair. And I use Ghost Bond glue. So this is how I'm going to glue it. So as you see, I'm just putting the glue in. Trying to keep my sides, not putting it on the sides. And then you just want to rub this glue in. Normally people use a white pencil to make their front line. I don't use a white pencil because I don't determine where I want my front line to be or how far I want it to come up to the front until after I get the hair on, because I want it to look like a natural line. So if I was to do it before I put the hair in, then I might decide that I didn't want it out that far. So, you know, you just want to go just about where your hairline usually is. Now, when you put this glue on, there's a little sticky thing that comes with it. So you could just flatten it out. And so with this, you're just laying the glue out so that it's not thick, but it's laying down and making it kind of even. Just work it in. I kind of try to keep my line intact, and you will see why. So I could pull this back like this because this is gonna make like a natural front line. Keep working that glue in, working it in. So now I'm gonna put some glue on the back. So now that that tube is finished, I have another tube here. Go around the crown. You want to make sure you go around the inside of the perimeter of the hair that you cut, because you want to fill all of that in. Remember, try not to get it too much on your natural hair. And you probably say, well, how do I know when it needs to be redone? Well, what happens is that the hair, when it starts to grow back, it lifts up the unit. So the unit starts to lift. That's how you know that you need to change it. And I worked for 7 years for the federal government wearing a man unit the whole time, and nobody knew that I had a unit. They just told me, they said, your hair is always on point. Every time I see you have a bad haircut. And I just laughed to myself. I said, I sure do. That's because I wasn't comfortable in letting people know that I had a man unit. But, listen, who cares, right? If you feel good, then that's all that matters. Okay, so the glue is in. I have the glue in. There's no need for a blow dry or anything like that because the glue is gonna dry naturally. What I like about this Ghost Bond is that it's clear, and once you put it on, you can't even see that it's glue. I used to use this black glue, but what I didn't like about that is that if you are light and you have the black glue on, you can kind of see the glue on your scalp, and you can see the black glue. So check this out. You see this ball of hair? Watch this. And this is all I'm going to do. I'm just gonna take bundles of hair and just put it on my head. Everywhere where there's glue, I'm gonna put hair there. And you can kind of spread it around. And as I said, you don't need a whole lot of hair. everywhere where there's a bald spot or everywhere that there's glue, you just want to take the hair and just stick it on there. So I'm going to take my mirror so I can see in the back. So I have more than enough hair on my head to do what I need to do. So now I'm just going to take some pieces and just pull it out, because if it's not glued down, then that means that it's extra hair. So I'm patting this down because I'm gluing it down. The glue is already in it. I just want it to stick. And remember I said to make sure that you keep extra hair, because you're going to use that to fill in spots when you need to touch up, or if you need to add more hair. So watch this. I'm starting to take the hair out now. All the hair that's not glued down, I'm going to just take it out. All you're doing is just taking out any hair that is not glued down. So you probably wonder, well, can I go swimming? Can I go to the sauna? Can I be athletic with this hair? The answer to all of those questions is yes, you can. Yes, you can do all the things that you used to do. However, you don't want to make this too wet, because if it gets too wet, then it's going to loosen. Keeping it dry is probably the key. I noticed that even when I went to the sauna, that even when I sweated, it still didn't come up, as long as you're not digging in it. So the hair is in. So I'm gonna look in the back just to check it out. Okay, so now I'm going to use my scissors and begin to start trimming this up. So what you do is you just trim, and you're going to shape it the way that you want. And as you begin to watch it take shape, see all this extra hair? See this? Just cut that off. As you can see already, I went from bald to hair already, and it almost looked natural. Try to pick a hair that is comfortable, or a hair color that matches your natural hair color. I didn't want to go with number 1, which is all black, because number 1 is too black. You don't want to have a gray beard and have dark black hair. As I look at my timing, I'm almost down to 20 minutes. So now I'm just trimming it, just to kind of make it even. And one thing I like about this hair is that it looks natural. As you can see, it's beginning to take shape now. So what I'm doing is I'm just trimming this to make it even all over, because remember we put bulk hair in here, so we want to make sure that we trim this down, look at it a little bit more natural. So now I'm going to go to the back again and start trimming the back. And of course I could shave my sides after I'm done with this, or I could use some topic. As you can see, the top. And you need a good pair of scissors, that cuts really good, because if you have a dark pair of scissors, it's going to be really hard to make this natural as possible, because you need shears that cut good. We're getting there. Okay, so this is good enough for you to see, and I'm going to continue to work on the front line. So let's look at the front line and see what we're going to do with that. So as you can see how this is, and this is what I like about this glue. See, the hair comes up natural, like it's coming out your scalp. So I'm going to trim this some more. You can have a short look, or you can have a long look. It just depends on your preference. So I'm going to cut this down short because I'm going to be doing another unit in 2 weeks. So I got a fashion show, and I want to have a certain look for the show. To go with the theme. It's called A Night to Remember from Telemate Marlin Agency. It's a fundraiser for my Brothers Keepers Grid of Richmond. Come on out and support us. You can support us by going to Eventbrite Pre-Mother's Day Extravaganza. My name is Nathaniel Womack. You can go online, go on Eventbrite, pick up tickets. It's going to be at the Petersburg Public Library. Tickets are only $30, but you're going to get a meal. There's a comedian. There's drinks, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And it's for a fundraiser, so you're supporting the community. Look at that. Look at that. So tell me what you want. You want the part on the side? You want the part? That's if you want a part. Now, if you don't want a part, then you could just clean this up a little bit. And in order to get it to stand up in the front, you just cut the front. Just trim it. And of course, we can line it up if we want. But you know, I always like mine a little bit higher in the front. So I'm going to add some more hair on the top. And my time is 20 minutes. 20 minutes and 12 seconds. Remember I told you that you could do this in 20 minutes? So as you can see, the hair is in. It looks natural. I'm going to show you the back. Now, I could take my clippers and I could shave the back up some so it'll blend in more. And I think I'll do that for you since you're here joining me, watching this video. So I'm going to take my clippers and I'm going to do a little fade. I think a fade always makes the haircut look really nice. Start on this side. I'm going to come to the temple. Temple's right here. Go on the side. Perfect day to do a tutorial because it's raining outside. Shave the back up. So, in shaving the back up, I'm going to blend it. I'm using my clippers because I want to blend the back so it look like natural flow. I have this little brush here and clean the clippers a little bit. And then I'm gonna go up some more in the back. Now, if you see this little line here, that's where my line was. Now, I could either put some glue there, add some more hair, or I could just leave it like that and just take it up in the back a little bit more. So now I'm gonna go up on the sides, but I'm gonna lift my guard up some because I want it to blend. See how it's blending now? And then I'm gonna go on this side. Blend that in from the back. Okay. So as I continue to blend, I'm gonna take my other trimmers, these are trimmers, and I'm gonna make it a little bit more cleaner for this fade. Oh, you notice my Army shirt? Yes, I was in the Army for 20 years of my life. And I enjoyed being in the military. Got to travel to Germany, Paris, Amsterdam, London, Holland, overseas and stateside. Now I might take this up higher because I like how it looks in the back so far. Really natural. And I might decide to add some by that line that I was telling you about. So as you see, I'm going up. I'm going up with the ball clippers. Brush that off. And I want to make sure that my back is trimmed really good. So I'm going to go up in the back a little bit more. like I said, you want to make sure that you pick a hair that looks as natural as your hair. Not anything crazy. With this hair, because it's curly, some of the curls, they kind of like circles. So what I have to do is I have to take my scissors and just clip a little bit. See how that blends in? You see that curl right there? So just cut that. There you go. See how that just blends in? All right, we are almost